Underrated aspect of Julius Randle's game is key to the Timberwolves' success. Welcome back to Timberwolves Insider. Today we're taking a closer look at Julius Randle, and more specifically, one underrated part of his game that could quietly determine how far Minnesota goes this season. By all accounts, Randle's first year with the Timberwolves was a success. He got off to a slow start, but once he settled in, he became a steady force and helped the Wolves reach their second straight conference finals. Statistically, he had the best playoffs of his career, averaging nearly 22 points, 6 rebounds, and almost 5 assists per game. While most fans focus on his scoring ability or his physical presence inside, it was his playmaking that stood out as one of the most important parts of Minnesota's run. Randle actually led the Timberwolves in assists last season, averaging 4.7 per game. After coming back from injury, that number rose to 5.2. And here's the remarkable part: in games where he recorded 8 or more assists, the Wolves went 8-2 across both the regular season and the playoffs. That tells you just how much his passing influenced winning. Minnesota often used him as a secondary shot creator and playmaking hub, giving them a different look on offense. He worked in transition, in dribble handoffs, and in drive and kick situations where he forced defenses to collapse before finding open teammates. According to Crafted NBA, he ranked in the 77th percentile for passer rating, an impressive mark for someone primarily known as a forward. This skill set is especially critical because of how the Timberwolves roster is built. Anthony Edwards is clearly the team's superstar, but in order to maximize his impact, Minnesota needs steady playmaking around him. Mike Conley is still reliable, but at 38 years old, is no longer expected to carry the load every night. Rob Dillingham, entering just his second season, will be asked to take on more responsibility, but he's still learning. That leaves a gap that Julius Randle can fill. His ability to shoulder some of that creative burden takes pressure off Edwards and ensures that the offense keeps flowing. He can collapse a defense with his driving, kick the ball out to shooters, throw precise lobs, and even operate as a point forward in half-court sets. It's also worth mentioning how Randle's presence compares to Karl Anthony Towns, the player he effectively replaced. Towns is a gifted scorer and shooter, but Randle offers something different, a more natural playmaking presence who can both initiate offense and make others better while still bullying his way to baskets inside. That subtle difference gave the Timberwolves a new wrinkle last season, one that made them harder to defend. As the second option behind Edwards, Randle brings both balance and versatility. He can score when called upon, but he's also unselfish enough to put his teammates in position to succeed. Looking ahead, Minnesota is likely to use a playmaking by committee approach this season, spreading responsibilities among Conley, Edwards, Dillingham, and Randle. But within that system, Randle may be the most important piece. When the Wolves empowered him as a playmaker last year, it was directly tied to their late-season surge and playoff success. His willingness to read defenses and keep the offense humming meant Edwards didn't always have to shoulder the entire creative burden. So while fans often highlight Randle's ability to score, rebound, or defend, the truth is his passing may be the key that determines just how far this Timberwolves team can go. If he continues to grow as a playmaker and consistently produces at that level, Minnesota won't just be chasing another conference finals appearance, they'll have a legitimate shot at the NBA Finals. Underrated last season? Absolutely. But this year, Julius Randle's playmaking might just be the headline story of Minnesota's success.